If you currently own a Nikon Z camera or are considering a Nikon Z camera and want to use your Sony E-mount lenses on that camera, this is the video for you. I tested 14 of my E-mount lenses on my Nikon Zf, and the results are very interesting. The beauty of the Nikon Z-mount is that it is absolutely massive. It is the biggest out of any of the mirrorless cameras out there. And the added bonus is that it has a very short flange distance of just 16 millimeters. So that means the E-mount lenses that have a flange distance of 18 millimeters can be used on that Nikon Z-mount with just a simple adapter. Now, the adapter that I've chosen to purchase and use is the Megadap ETZ21 Pro. That just rolls off your tongue now, doesn't it? Anyways, this thing is super thin. You barely even notice that it's on the lens, but it's important, obviously, to have that, or else you can't adapt your Sony E-mount lenses. And I've got a variety of lenses that we're going to go through, from Sigma, Tamron, Sony itself, and I have a couple of other native Nikkor lenses as well to show you the difference between the performance of the Sony E-mount lenses and the native Nikon lenses. So without further ado, let's get into it. So, what did you think? My overall thoughts on this setup is that for video in particular, there's really an Achilles heel when it comes to using these E-mount lenses on a Nikon Z body, and that has to do with in-camera corrections. So with Sony bodies, you have the option to turn on those in-camera corrections, and it fixes any known issues with the lens in terms of distortion or lens breathing compensation or IBIS. I think it also has some control over. But anyways, when you use it on a non-native camera body like a Nikon Zf, it really shows some of the flaws of those lenses, even like the more expensive lenses like the 24-70 GM Mark II. So it's easy to fix on stills. When you bring it into Lightroom, if you shoot in RAW and you bring it into Lightroom, you can apply the proper profile. Even though it doesn't recognize it automatically within Lightroom, you can still go into that library of available lenses and choose the right lens, and it will apply those corrections to it. So you can get around that very, very easily in Lightroom. With the video, not so much. You'd have to do like some manual distortion control, you'd have to fix it, everything manually in post. There's nothing that would automatically fix it like Lightroom allows you to do. So that is probably the biggest drawback to using these lenses. Although they do work fine, I think the native Nikon lenses do perform just a little bit better. And the reason why I say that is because if you really look at the video, what's happening is it focuses in on my hand or my face, and then you see just a little bit of focus wobble. It's very, very small, but it is present, it is there, and you can see it if you're really looking for it. And when you've used these Sony lenses or the Sigma lenses or the Tamron lenses on a Sony body, you don't see that. So can you use your Sony E-mount lenses on a Nikon Z body? Absolutely, especially for stills. It's fantastic. I found that the autofocus actually worked really, really well, just as good as the Nikon lenses, maybe not as perfect, but it's very, very close because they're good lenses. But for video, it's really a less than ideal situation because you don't have those in-camera corrections, and there's just that little bit of focus wobble that it just doesn't look. It looks more. I don't want to say amateurish, but it looks to me. You can see it but I'm also looking for it. So the average person, when they see that little wobble, they're just gonna be like, oh, whatever. They're not gonna care. But for the people who actually pay attention to this stuff, which are likely the people that are watching this video, they are going to care about that stuff. So it's not a great fit for video using those E-mount lenses, but for stills, continue on. If you do enjoy content like this, I just kindly ask that you maybe smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and we will catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Take care.